Hi there, welcome back. Just a little quickie. I thought I'd bring you along and show you. So, as you can probably tell, book plate number one won. I wondered whether that big fancy clunky old one would win or not. But and it was not a close second, but if there was a second, number 4 was second. But number 1 won out. So I've just attached it to the picture itself, because I'm going to be gluing the whole picture down, and I believe that will be safe enough. Normally, with a book plate, I will put the holes right through the cover to ensure that it's on there good and strong. But what I did instead this time, and I did it off camera before I realized I should turn on my camera and invite you in. Welcome. I used a little gem tack just around the edge before I laid it down, because these tiny brads were just barely a good fit. Just barely. So I thought it wouldn't hurt to also hit it with a little gem tack. Now, if this had just been the paper from the book plate, the illustration here, I think I would use gel medium and paint it on to adhere it to the cover. But because we doubled it up, we did a lining on it so that I could do this, ink it and tear it and make it nice and mucky. It's nice and thick and sturdy now. So I'm going to use, what have I got here today? I've got Fabri-Tac. I'm going to be using Fabri-Tac to adhere this to the front cover. So, and if you're looking at the cover thinking, I don't know whether you know what, I'm going to interrupt myself as usual. I don't know whether my camera is picking up. The color of the cover is slightly different. I wasn't liking the shade of brown it was with the shades in this painting. So I used a blending brush and I went over it with this dark one, Fallen Leaves, but it's a really, really dark brown. Like it's what I think Tim Holtz wanted espresso to be. That's what this is. And it's nice and juicy. I like it much better. So that's what I used. And then I gave it a wipe with a Kleenex to get any residue off. And then I sprayed it with a matte sealant to ensure that the new owner doesn't get grimy fingers every time they pick up their book and open their book and use their book. And I know a lot of you are going to ask me, what matte sealant do you use? Because I haven't mentioned it in a long time. And I've tried a lot of matte sealants over the years. I'm doing a lot of pointing here. I have tried a lot of matte sealants over the years, and glossy ones. Don't like glossy. And it still always came back to, and now I just don't even try anymore. This is the one I like, is good old Mod Podge matte clear acrylic sealer, the matte. And it's the spray, not the paintbrush. I have sealed things with paintbrush and liquid. This stuff, sometimes I purposefully want to see brush strokes, and so I have used that. But I find you still have to, at least where I live, because our summers are extremely humid, hot and humid where I live. And this Mod Podge, even though it's dry, it will have a tacky feeling to it all the time. If you use this as your sealant, I find you still need to spray it down, and that will take away that tacky feeling that this gives you. So there you go. In case you were wondering, you can get it at your craft stores, and it smells really bad. So if you've got nice weather, I highly recommend doing it outside, and it doesn't take long at all. It dries very quickly. Just do a light in one direction, wait a couple of minutes, and then in the other direction, and you're good to go. So what I want to do with this is we are going to, let me move this over, we're going to slather on some Fabri-Tac. I'm going to get a silicone makeup brush ready. There we go. And we'll slather some of this on. And I'm going to leave those curly areas unglued because I want them to still be able to be liftable. And I'm going to try and keep the glue away from the edges so that when I push it down, it won't squidge out to the sides. And I'm going around the brads so that they're held safely and securely in place. I got that. There we go. So I'm going to try and work quickly here so that I can spread that. I should have done the edges last. Oh well. It's more important for me to pull it in towards the center so that the thick part doesn't squeeze out when I push down on it, when I lay it down. So just pull it towards the center. And then I'm just going to smooth it out real quick. But we should be good. It's nice and thick because we doubled it up. That's very thick there. I want to remove some of that. There. Okay, I'm going to stand up. So there's no glue on the parts that I want to be able to still curl up. And I'm just going to eyeball it. Not sure I don't have any glue on my fingers. So I want that not glued down. I want that not glued down. And I want that. Okay, good. That's loose. Loosey-goosey. Now, for the time being, I'm going to lay them back down. And I want it well applied. So this is where you're probably thinking, well, you can't put your rock on that. You can't put your brick on that. And you're right, I can't. But I can put my good old bag of rice on it. If you don't have a bag of rice, get yourself a bag of rice. Don't cook it. You want the dry rice. And then just lay it on top, and that will give you the pressure. I have it double bagged. I don't trust the one bag. If it got a split open, I don't want rice all over the floor of my studio, because sadly my studio has carpeting in it. We never pulled it up when we bought the house. And the carpeting in here was so horrible. I knew that even if I spilled paint and ink and all kinds of horrible things on it, that I wouldn't mind one little bit, because someday when we replace the carpeting, that will be the day I no longer need an art room and we're just renovating and turning it into a guest room. So buy yourself a bag of rice, and then put it in a sturdy bag that you can trust, so that you won't get rice all over your room. I was tempted to, I thought, oh, I'm going to sew myself a colorful little pretty cloth and sew the rice inside it. You know, like those beanbag things that you can heat in the microwave and put it on your back or on your neck. And then I realized, hold on, I need something that's wipeable, because if I got glue on it or anything, I need to be able to wipe that off. And if I got glue on the fabric, I could end up gluing my bag of rice to whatever it was that I was trying to hold down. So that was just a quick visit today to let you know what bookplate won, and to join me while I adhere the cover picture to the cover. And then I will be adding this to cover where it says Bible Poetry Volume 5 on the spine. And I want that part covered up. I just want the title, The Book of Life, to be visible. And then this I will leave blank for the new owner so that they can put whatever they want on that label. All right. Hope you're having a great rest of your day. And we'll get together, well, when we get together. I'll see you then. Thanks for joining me. Say hi down below, and I'll say hi back. Bye.